FantasyoMatic ChatGPT pro tips. So first of all, you'll notice you get this welcome screen that tells you all the different things you can do. I can do comparisons of players, and you'll notice that there's a use of emojis here. Some of that is built into the instruction in the plugin. You'll see that in the charts and in the narrative. Here I'm saying in one table with 2 columns, on the left show Breece Hall's matchups, and with either a red emoji circle for negative matchups. These are matchup adjustments inside the FantasyoMatic machine learning model. All of this data comes real time from FantasyoMatic. Forget what you think you know about ChatGPT. This is a total game changer. But notice how I'm using the emojis so I can look at these 2 players' matchups for the rest of the season, and I can just visually see who has better matchups, right? And I can even compare when the right time to start each guy would be. If you'll notice here that it gives me a little legend, I can also do things like what are the totals for each player and separate totals for fantasy playoffs only, building off of the request before. So totals of what? Well, the total of the matchup adjustments. So you can have a conversation. It's not just question and answer. You can build off of these and create your own memory. What are the rest of the matchups? Count up this thing that's called the matchup adjustment in FantasyoMatic. It tells you a positive impact that a matchup's going to have on a player in a certain game. And I counted up all the positive ones and all the negative ones and all the neutral ones. And then I had it focus on the fantasy playoff. Do the same with this other guy. And I keep adding more players in here because I've already set up what the format is that I want. I want the totals, then I want to break down for fantasy playoffs. See that it's adding in the players and it's doing the same formatting. So the memory that's built inside these conversations is incredibly important. And once you really start to get the feel for it, you can do some incredible things as well. Create a markdown table. A markdown table is a little pro tip. Markdown is a language that ChatGPT uses to display information. So that's how a table can get written, or bold headings. So when I say create a markdown table with 1 column per player, each row is a remaining week. On each cell will be a red and green emoji. I'm really telling it how to format it, how to use visuals. You can just customize every time you use the FantasyoMatic ChatGPT plugin.